Alright, this is it. They either have it or they don't. Jihada, Font of Hope. And a Lyra. No. Bounce that back to your hand. Draw a card. I like to get lost here. That means they don't get the invasion of Gabakon, and we win! Yes! Into the Flood Maw. Away with you, angels. Hello, welcome. I'm MtG, your host of MtG Presents, welcoming you to another Ranked Wednesday edition, streaming live on Twitch at MtG Presents, or perhaps you're watching on YouTube at MtG. This is also acceptable. All are welcome. Let's get it in. Big group hugs, likes, subscribes, comments, follows. Bring on the love. As we jump in with a new a new deck today that's been making the rounds. I believe it was Dusk Beowulf on MTGO that put this together, and I think it looks fantastic. Let's talk about it. What do we have going on here? Into the Flood Maw, Magic Damper. So starting out looking like a VV Ornithera shell, but we're not running red. We're going Azorius. Unable to Scream, Storm Chaser's Talent, Spell Pierce, Sleight of Hand, a couple playset of Opt. But then we get into Sheltered by Ghost ×3, Get Lost, Exercise, Cloud, Midgar Mercenary, should be a 4 of. But I only have 2 of them, and you know what? We'll go ahead and craft 1 just for this, okay? We'll do that just for this. And there we go, we have 3. And that's going to search for, when it comes into play, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. And that'll be Astrologian's Planisphere, yes. And we have a couple of Jace Reawakened. Yep, that can draw some cards, discard, and we can also exile and plot stuff. And the cat is trying to break in very badly. Or we can -6 it if we can, and then we can copy target instant, we can copy spells. And that's excellent, because it's going to grow and grow and grow. We also have Assimilation Aegis. So that's a 1 of. And just for a little bit of extra removal there. Oh my goodness, cat. She has learned that she can open the doors, but she's been coming in here and destroying everything, as cats are wont to do. And so I've had to lock her out. Every time I come in here, all my stuff is knocked down back there. All my figurines. Oh, okay, we're up against From Rivals, the Mighty. Well, okay, we're on the draw, but we do have Cloud. We do have Into the Flood Maw, Sheltered by Ghosts, and Negate, and even manas. I like it. Alright, looks like we're up against Overlords, potentially. They put the Outcaster Trailblazer into the graveyard. Suspicious. Alright, well, we're going to go with Anakar Wastes and go ahead and cast Cloud. We will grab the Planisphere and attack in for 1. There's a hover ship. Interesting. Don't appreciate that. So let's go Sheltered by Ghosts on the Otter. Autopay. Get our Cloud back and another Planisphere. No, we manifest Dread. We don't get the Cloud back. Oh, I kind of wish we did not have to manifest Dread Jace. Wily Duke? I don't like it. And we'll return it to their hand. Meticulous Archive, surveil what's on top. We'll continue to draw into lands. This is fine. Auto pay, get the Planisphere, buff up the Otter, and attack in for 5. Gain 3, back up to 20. And Wily Duke gives it up. Nice. He took our cloud with a hover ship. He was abducted by the poo-poo UFO. We didn't even know it, but they were setting it up back in Duskmorn. It's better than the actual poo-poo UFO. All right, feeding time. Standard bearer. Will you feed into our rank? Or will you feed into our rage? Well, yeah, we're on the draw, so probably rage. All right, Kupo. We do have a magic damper. That would have helped last turn. Oh, but we drew into the Planisphere. I like it. I like it. There's an invasion of Gabakon. I don't like to see that. No peeking into our hand. And if they're smart, they'll take the Planisphere, but I have a feeling they're going to go after our Sheltered by Ghosts. And make it a little bit more costly. Taking their time, though, aren't they? Feeding time. We're getting hungry for our turn. Here we go. Kupo, make a note. You're on our list. Feeding time, you are on our list. You're playing Invasion of Gabakon, and now you are proactively roping us. There you go. I told you they would take that. All right, starting town. Cloud, let's go. And grab another Planisphere. And attack. Oh, Angel, huh? There's a Valkyrie. All right, well, let's go Planisphere and hold up the magic dampener. That seems like a plan. No attacks. They're looking very hard at their youthful Valkyrie. Perhaps they have a Sheltered by Ghosts in hand. And they have not bothered to read what Magic Dampener does. Oh, another invasion of Gabakon. Okay. Well, that's fine, I guess. What will you pick? Another tough decision, even though they've known about all the cards in our hand except for the Opt. And I can't imagine they pick the Opt. They do pick the Opt. What? Okay. You do you. Alright, we hit a land. This is excellent news. So that means we equip here. And then we play this. And now we attack. I wish we could have had enough to hold up the Magic Dampener, but I think we're going to be okay. This music's rather spooky, though. Steel Seraph. Alright, well, they can hit one of those Invasion of Gubicons. Yeah, they go for that one. They gain a couple of life, and then they're gonna make a token at the end. No, +1/+1 counter on the Youthful Valkyrie. This is fine. Alright, so let us go Sheltered by No. The other Sheltered by Ghosts. Let's go with that one. And I think we have to get rid of the Steel Seraph and force them to sacrifice the Light Shield Array. Yes, that is fine. They do have Indestructible, however, we still gain the life. That's fine. That will keep us in the game. Alright, let's hope that we can... Oh, Day of Judgment. What? Why did... Okay. Meticulous Archive, that's fine. And that's fine, we'll keep that on top. We will cast an Opt. And draw that. Yep. And get our Storm Chaser's talent. Make it Honor. Exemplar of Light. Alright. Fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and cast Assimilation Aegis and eat that up. Num num num. Equip you. Num num num. And now we will attack. And hold up the Magic Dampener. That seems good. Youthful Valkyrie, fun. Inspiring Overseer, also fun. Alright, it's our turn. We got a useless starting town. Let's equip here. We'll run Sheltered by Ghosts there. That gets a counter. Get rid of the 2/4 and attack in. All right, and they have another board wipe, right? Oh, Inspiring Overseer. Okay, we'll do that. I like it. And we'll go Astrologian's Planisphere. Jace, come on down. Into the Flood Maw, looks good. Let's draw a card and discard. We will discard the... you know what? We'll discard the Astrologian's Planisphere. Equip on Cloud. And let's go ahead and get in for 8. Alright, this is it. They either have it or they don't. Jihada, Font of Hope. And Alira. Sweet. No. So we're gonna go, oh, no, wrong one. This one, and bounce that back to your hand. And draw a card. I like to get lost here. And that means they don't get the Invasion of Gabicon, and we win! Yes! Into the Flood Maw. Away with you, angels. Alright, well, we're ranking up here. Side quest. Cloudburst for standard. I'm not so sure about this song. He's talking about trees outside his bedroom window. Groggy. I'm getting hangry. That's what I'm getting. I think we're gonna have to get some lunch or early dinner after this. Ra, the great one, the virtuous. A lot of does in there. We go first though. We'll do that. All right, starting to. I think we opt after the planisphere. All right, let's go planisphere. It's fine. It's just a 1/1. You don't need to worry about that. I like your Kaya sleeves though. Illicil core. Oh no. Well, let's get rid of that. And that will allow us to hold up the Spell Pierce.
But that doesn't mean
Uh-huh.
that you should stop dreaming.
Zach. There's Zach Fair.
Waking up in the middle of the night from a nightmare that you thought was real, but
Sheltered by Ghosts is going to say, no, Spell Pierce.
pick up your
Alright, we got this. Let's go Unable to Scream on Zach.
I was real scared of them, like
And we'll hold up the
every day, but
Opt.
once I knew what was going on and why it was happening, it made a lot more sense and it became a
Alright, looking good. Lunar Convocation, huh? Well, they do have the mana. Okay, there's an Essence Channeler. This is going to be an issue. Alright, let's opt. We have a few life to play with. We do not want the planes. Seachrome Coast is actually worse. Okay. Let's stock up. And we'll grab a Sheltered by Ghosts and another stock up. And go ahead and attack in for 7. Oh, goodbye, Zach. Alright, well, that puts us up to 33. Assuming they don't board wipe here, I think we're probably good. Zoraline, come on down. And then they can pay the 2 to get back Zach. Oh, they go for Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, well, we have the Magic Damper. We're prepared. Yeah, they can't pay... Well, they can't pay the ward anyway. And they're trying to get rid of our Sheltered by Ghosts. They're trying to get rid of our Sheltered by Ghosts. I see. Well, there you go. Well, that's an issue. So I think what we have to do... Alright, resolve. Alright, they get some bats. And this is an issue. Our turn. Okay, let's go Sheltered by Ghosts. Our guy gets bigger. We go Sheltered by Ghosts on their Sheltered by Ghosts. Well, yeah. And we will get rid of then Ellis Ilcor. And I think we attack in. Alright. That's 9 damage to the bat, and that's 9 life we gain. They have what? Zach Fair in there? Okay. Hinterland Sanctifier, nice. I'm assuming that means they have a follow-up creature. Who knows? The Shadow knows. They do have one. There's the second Essence Channeler. Not sure what the hesitation was there. They knew they were going to play that. Alright, we're going to take some damage, but we don't really mind too much. If they attack him with a 6-5, yeah, they just get, we just gain the life back. Alright, they have the mana to bring back Zach Fair. They gain a life, put some counters on some guys. Good lord, okay. Well, they have their own 9 power creature. That's unfortunate. And now they're making bats. That's not great. Now they're gaining more life. Come on, man. Are you... Alright then. Well, let's stock up. And exercise and spell pierce. Let's exercise the big bat. That will make our guy bigger. And they can, I guess, yeah, they're going to have to do a lot here if they want to stop us. So I think if we attack in here and they double block or triple block, they're going to deal exactsies, aren't they? They're going to try to deal exactsies. No? You're going to try to outrace us? I don't know if that's going to work. Alright, they give their guy vigilance. They pay some life so that they can make a bat at the end of their turn. Oh, and then draw a card as well, I guess. Another Lunar Convocation. I don't like it. Let's spell pierce that. That will make our guy bigger. I mean, eventually, we have to be able to outgrow this board, right? We can't have them making multiple creatures every turn. That'll destroy whatever card advantage we have. Alright, we take 12. Not great. Man, none of their stuff is tapped. They can pay 1 to give something indestructible. Alright, well, let's see what we can grab here. We desperately need something. Sheltered by Ghosts would be great. Alright, we did get a Sheltered by Ghosts, and we did get a Get Lost. So we're definitely going to cast both of those. Alright, Sheltered by Ghosts is going to get rid of the big Essence Channeler. Get Lost will get rid of Zoraline. And then if they don't, they're going to have to sacrifice Zach. Alright, so they have a 4/4 indestructible. Alright, we gain 16 life. We have no protection. We are completely shields down. We just have to hope that they don't have what they need. And they're looking at those map tokens like they don't have what they need. I love to see it. That's a Sheltered by Ghosts on top. Do they have the mana? No, they don't have the mana to pay the ward, but they can get rid of one of the Sheltered by Ghosts that we have on it. Alright, they did in fact get rid of one of the Sheltered by Ghosts. Which gets them the other Sheltered by Ghosts back. Oh my goodness. Which means they get their Essence Channeler back. Oh, come on. This is a ridiculous game. Alright, down to 30. They're up to 26. And this is ridiculous. Okay. And we're just not ever going to draw anything relevant now except for lands, right? That's awesome. And they're just going to keep on making bats every single turn, and we can't get through. Another Hinterland Sanctifier. Excellent. I mean, all they've got in the graveyard is the Lunar Convocation, but that's going to be enough. They're going to be able to double up their creatures every single turn. Another Sheltered by Ghosts on top. Are you kidding me? You've got to be joking. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They have drawn 1, 2, 3 of their Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about this. If they're just going to keep on drawing nothing, all the Sheltered by Ghosts, and we're not drawing anything but land. All right, down to 21. Now they're at 51. And we need a board wipe, and we don't have one. This is ridiculous. All right, we're at 20. We get an opt. Unable to scream. It's a little late. Could have used that like about 1,000,000 turns ago. Yep, we'll do that. We have no way to stop them from getting in for 20 damage next turn with the Essence Channeler giving it flying, so good game. Absolutely sickening. I cannot believe. It's essentially a mirror match of Sheltered by Ghosts versus Sheltered by Ghosts, and they just drew more Sheltered by Ghosts than we did, despite having 0 card draw advantage, other than the map tokens that we gave them. And despite the fact that we had numerous stock-ups that we casted. Bilge the Crafty. Let's go. Alright. Alright, Seachrome Coast gives us an Otter. We have way too many lands already in our hand. I did not expect us to draw another one after when I accepted this hand. That's unfortunate. Alright, we have multiple clouds now. That's a thing. Alright, Planisphere, come on down. And we'll attack in. And there's a Terra, Magical Adept, in a field of graveyard with fun stuff like Valgavoss Lair, Fear of Missing Out, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, another Esper, and they've... Okay. Fun times ahead. Well, let's go. Astrologist Planisphere. And we will attack in with the Otter. And now they will Boiler Bilges us. That's fun. But what will you hit? What will you hit? That was a mistake. Into the Flood Maw seems good. Alright, let's go. Another Cloud. We will grab Assimilation Aegis. Yes. Into the Flood Maw on you. Sleight of Hand on us. And we'll grab an Unable to Scream. That seems good. And attack in for 7. Alright, good to go. And that will be on 5 mana next turn. So, oh my god, come on. Now they find Yuna. Alright, thankfully that doesn't do anything on our turn. So let's go there. Let's equip Cloud. Play the Assimilation Aegis. Get rid of Yuna. And attack. Come on, there you go. All right. There's that. And then next turn, Banishing Light. Uh-oh. Not on Cloud. Not our boy. And they got another Fear of Missing Out. Alright, Boiler Bilge is down to 1. Let's go Planisphere. We'll equip here. We will then... what? Go Unable to Scream on the Fear of Missing Out. And hold up the Spell Pierce. Yep. Alright, this is the moment. This is where it all comes down to it. Yuna, uh-oh. Alright, what do they get back? Overlord of the Mistmoors, that's got to be an issue. Alright, then. Well, let's go and... what do we have left in the graveyard? We have an Into the Flood Maw. So we can go level up. And get Into the Flood Maw. Cast Into the Flood Maw on you. Cast Into the Flood Maw on you. And now you're looking at lethal damage. All right then. Yes, choices. And they gain life back because of the Una. Oh my god. That's sick. Alright then. So what do we gotta do? That's not it. Unable to scream there. Assimilation Aegis. And Planisphere. And attack. Alright, got him down to 7. And we'll return unable to scream, put it on Una. Banishing light, eh? Yeah, is that gonna be your whole turn? Oh, they did not pay. Interesting. Why not? I think it would have been worth it. Because now they die, right? That's 4, so they take 8. And yeah, -1. Good game. How about that? Took him down with a job token. Get a job, Una. God, being a summoner is not a real job. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. Ilnadrin. The Virtuous. Alright, our hand looks kind of janky, I gotta admit. Not thrilled. Well, they have an Evolving Wilds. This must be a Tifa deck, huh? Alright then. Well, let's go Ghost Vacuum. And there's Bristly Bill. Alright, sleight of hand. And we will get an exercise. Seems good. I wish we would have hit a land. Alright, they got their landfall. They got a traveling chocobo. And we'll get in for they'll get in for 3. There's our land. Alright, just nothing but draw spells, huh? Okay, well, let's go for the opt. That's another stock up. We don't need a third stock up. That's a land. I guess we'll take that. I guess we'll go for another opt. That's another land. Okay. And another land. All right, then. Cool. Oh, it's a Hydra. Hail Hydra. And followed up by, yeah, that's game. Traveling Chocobo. Very good card. Yeah. I can't believe we just got nothing but draw spells that game. Nothing but draw spells in land. And a Jace that would do nothing. Gary Van Helsing, the mighty. Gary! Yeah, we're on the draw, Gary. But we have interaction. And we have a cloud that can get us our planisphere. We'll give it a shot. No, we can't get cloud down, though, without another white source. Come on, surveil a white source. You are not a white source. Okay. Well, we still need land. I can't cast half of our hand. Well, that's not true. We can cast everything but the cloud. The most important part of our hand. And they've got an elf. Do we unable to scream the elf, or do we unable to scream whatever they got going down? Archway. Okay, yeah, we definitely unable to scream the elf. Okay. Well, there you go. There's that. And we can even spell pierce. That seems good. Attacking with a 0-2. I like your style. Alright, let's hold up. Spell pierce and negate. Deep Fathom Echo. Well, that's a card. Well, that is a second white source. We'll do that, I guess. Alright, we really need that to go away. So I guess the plan is... Okay, well, that's even better. Even better. That will let us exercise you. And hold up Spell Pierce and or Negate. And then next turn, maybe we finally get to play Cloud. Alright, they got another Mace. Oh, that's the first Mesa that they played. Vorinclex, another Deep Fathom Echo. How lucky. How lucky. Alright then. Alright, we'll keep the Assimilation Aegis. We have Cloud. We'll grab the Planisphere. We'll cast the Planisphere. Alright, we got a couple of blockers. Maybe we're not dead. And Vorinclex. Wonderful. Alright, so now we have two things we have to Sheltered by Ghosts, and we only have one Sheltered by Ghosts. Alright, no blocks. Alright, see Chrome Coast, first off. Hold on. Suit up Cloud. Sheltered by Ghosts on Cloud. Get rid of Vorinclex. Attack in for 5. You could block with the elf. Just saying. There you go. Alright, that gets us back up to a decent life total. And we can even hold up the Spell Pierce. I imagine they go Bristly Bill into something here. Into the land drop. The good news is we do have a blocker for the 6/6. No, Gruff Triplets. I forgot those were even in this. I forgot those were even in Standard. My goodness. Okay. That's a really good thing to have. Starting down. Alright, let's stock up. And grab into the Flood Maw and Astrologian's Planisphere. Cast the Astrologian's Planisphere. Cast the end of the Flood Maw on the token. And attacking with 11/9 lifelink. He said hopefully. That will make the other Gruff Triplets bigger, but not terribly big. It does have trample though. Oh, Colossal Rattleworm main faced. Alright. Alright, so that's 16 damage. And you have a fight spell for 1 mana in order to pay the ward 2. That is the question that we must ask ourselves. We are taking 16 damage. There's no point in blocking. Yeah, this is a tough spot. What do? They attack. Alright. No blocks. Yeah, they have the final strike in hand. Alright, we take a damage from the Oasis. Down to 7. Okay. Let us draw a card and discard. Alright, we will in fact discard the starting town. That is an issue. Let's go ahead and equip there. And no attacks. Oh my goodness. This is slipping out of our hands very quickly. I imagine they have to go for the fight spell here, right? And that was an instant. All right. All right, that's a 10-9. And then, oh, no. All right, we're still taking, well, I can block the 4/5. All right, you got to pay ward 4. Does it pay that? They pay that. And then we spell pierce. Cloud gets very big. All right, we block the 4/5. We block this annoying guy. And that's it. Wow. All right, here goes nothing. Let us gruff triplets. Needs to go. And now we will draw a card and discard. Of course, it's a land. All right, and let's attack in with a 21-19. They have to block. All right. We have the negate for the case of the locked hothouse. Yep. And that's going to get... Cloud is huge. There's Bristly Bill. And now they got to go after Jace, right? They know there's no way they're dealing 33 damage to us when we're just going to gain 25 of it back. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll block the 5/6. I think they should have attacked in with the Rattle Worm there. Alright, let's draw a card and discard a card. And this is nothing but lands over and over and over again, huh? That's what we get to do? Alright. Thanks, Shuffler. Appreciate it. Yeah, what's it going to be? The Colossal Rattle Worm or Bristly Bill? That's a tough choice, isn't it? They choose the Rattle Worm. And we gain a casual 25 life. No biggie. I think they're in trouble. Alright, Bristly Bill, come on down. You can double counters on stuff if you want. They put a counter on themselves. I think I would have doubled the counters on Gruff Triplets. They're probably going to do that anyway. Alright. Double your counters. There you go. That's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. If we can just draw a non-land card, I think we would have won already. And there we go. All right, we got to get rid of Bristly Bill. And no reason not to play the land, except there's no reason to play it either. I'm just doing math here. And that's if they don't block its game, and if they do, even if they double block, they can't kill it. Cloud, you're huge, Cloud. You're in-game versus Sephiroth, huge. I mean, even if they do block it, we're up to 80 life. All right, that's 87 life. Good Lord. Well, what have you got? Okay, that's perfect. We'll get lost on the gruff triplets. Make Cloud huge. Oh. Pay word so many times. All right, they have dealt a bunch of damage. And that is game. 34 damage. We're at over 100. 121. Very nice. That is going to do it. What a way to finish today. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It's not, it's not a winning machine, but when it goes hard. That's going to do it. As always, love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic: The Gathering. We'll see you next time.